Being at the right place at the right time. It seems like over the years, my educational experience was kind of a mismatch of everything. I went to school as I worked, and subsequently attended a lot of universities and wound up with several degrees in fields that had nothing to do with forensics. But curiosity I've always had, and common sense. And when you apply common sense and curiosity to a problem, it sometimes just kind of warps into forensics. Okay, so that's been really the basics of why I'm here. And of course, I had the opportunity early on of working with someone in this field, in the forensic field, that taught me a lot. It wasn't that I particularly wanted to get in the forensic field. I wanted to get out of where I was. Okay, so it worked out well. It worked out well. We've kind of had a company philosophy for a lot of years, several in fact. One that's very important is it's kind of a requirement that we try to instill in people. I don't come right out and tell them this is a requirement, but we try and operate from the management or ownership standpoint to instill in employees humility, patience, tolerance, understanding, and then we appreciate their loyalty, their tenacity, and their integrity. And when you combine all that, then you've got a good company. And it results in fairness to employees. And we've always been fair to our employees. That's why we've got people that have been with us 30 and 40 years. Unfortunately, they're getting old and we need some younger people. I'm at the age where I'm going to be phasing out eventually, and younger people are going to be taking over the company. Whether or not they continue as we have been, I don't know. There is a possibility for growth from the standpoint of, which I don't think that we've ever really pushed, not in the last 25, 30 years, expanding to different cities for different offices. At one time, this company had offices in Minneapolis, New Orleans, and Houston. And we found that getting back to what separates us from competitors somewhat is the quality could not be maintained. We could not ensure the quality from those offices that we were getting from here. So we basically eliminated those offices. So we work out of here. And I think that is the real probably guide for particularly the ones that are going to take over now, is to maintain what we've got with the quality that we've got to ensure that we do the best that we can for our clients. It really didn't wind up being a forensics case. It wound up being a mechanical engineering case. I guess you could call it that. It wasn't a fire science case or a gas case. It's where one of our clients, a gas company, of course, you know, they contact their people in the field by radio and their delivery trucks, et cetera. So they had a radio antenna that they had put up a new one, and they were selling the old one. And this company bought it, and they had a guy that was going to remove it. So he goes up to the top and starts cutting guide wires as he's coming down. And of course, the tower collapsed with him on it. And then, of course, he had to bring a lawsuit against the company that owned the tower for a faulty tower. Which of course it wasn't. It was pure stupidity. But you know, that's the kind of that wound up being a humorous case. You know, unfortunately, in the forensic business, you see a lot of bad stuff. You see a lot of people injured and killed, and you have to have some. There's a lot of, when we're on a site or when we're at a lab inspection, there's a lot of camaraderie and humor between the different parties because we have to have that. We see too much bad stuff. So we have to have that humor and you know, the feelings that we have.